Hey, welcome back to the show. What you're seeing here, first of all, I'm Joe. Welcome to Plastic Addictions Anonymous. Here we're having to do a repair for a shelf falling. The shelf that fell had the 1927 police car that we previously did on it. And when I raised my hand, I knocked it off the shelf. And when it came down, it just clipped the flame out. So I'm having to redo the two. So I just wanted to show you while I was down here that I'm going to go ahead and clean it up. I'm going to do a little off-shelf things to it, so to speak. I've already kind of wiped it down with some water and a paintbrush with a little bit of soap in the water and paintbrush, and then I use my paper towels to damp it dry. And now I'm going to kind of go around and I'm going to do the tires. I've cleaned them already, so I'm just going to kind of like hit them softly. It is a ShowRod, so it doesn't really get ridden on the road, so I don't mind it being glossy on the tires. Um, I am doing armor all, a thinned out armor all on the tires, and that's how I made these look so shiny around the edges, and they're still worn tread in the middle. It's just a little bit of paintbrush, which I have stuck here with a little bit of alcohol and uh, um, armor all, armor all for rubber. Well, it's tire shine, armor all tire shine is what it is. So I'm using that to just kind of go around. I've already cleaned those two tires and redid them. I'm just kind of like trying to give the shine back to the tires after the cleanup, and then I will start rebuilding. Oops, oh my goodness, look at that, it wanted to go. It's got one side that's doesn't have the breaker on it, so we're we're kind of going a little bit of an angle here. So the first thing we're going to do after we do this is we're going to go ahead and put the rear end in and get it together so it can sit nice and level while we're doing everything else. But fair warning, don't let these things hit the ground. Be very careful with them. You don't want to have to do what I'm doing and rebuild an entire build. So I'm going to clean things up as I go along. There's some few pipes on the tank that came off. The front fork suspender came off, and the lights. These lights just dangle, so it doesn't matter that they fell off because they just dangle anyways. But a couple of these hooks hold on the ladder and the. I don't know what I did with it. It's right here. Oh, there it is. The hoses. So it holds on one side hoses and the other side ladder. It's what those pipes help do. Um, I just wanted to do a quick video and show you guys what I was doing and what I was having to do. Again, I am going to rebuild this, and now I'm going to, if you watch the other videos, if you go to the video that has this build on the thumb for the icon, you'll see that I made it a roadster, or a dragster the first time. So now I'm going to turn it into kind of like a roadster with fenders. So I'm going to go ahead and put the fenders on it and change it up a bit. So you guys don't want to miss that out. You'll be able to check it out after it's completely built and stuff, and see a totally different build just by adding some fenders to it in its original body, actually, to its original body. So, all right, so I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing parts on. First thing I want to do is I want to clean up a little bit where the old glue was. So I'm just going to take my emery board and just kind of rough it up a little bit. I don't have to get it all off because it's going right back on that. So, but as you see, it was plastic to plastic. So maybe what I should do is, maybe I didn't do the back of the brace well enough to give it a grip to the plastic, so to speak, because it had chrome on it. So maybe I should do that over again. Alright, so now that I've whitened that up enough, I know that I can get a good bite on that glue. And that glue is actually molded and melted into the plastic. So, yep, I don't have it sanded. See, and that's why it came off. Make sure I'm at the right. So if that goes on there, everything gets connected. See where it's connecting, so I can make sure to do that part. Okay, cool. Forward of this, so we're good with that, what I was doing. So we're forward of this, so I'm just going to take the chrome off of this now. And it should actually be red underneath, because I should have actually molded it all as one and then chrome this off. Yep, there it is. It's red. So I'm going to go ahead and sand this down. I should have done it the first time. It probably wouldn't have came off. Just like the other one. I know I did the other one. This must have been something I just totally missed. That's why the other one probably didn't pop off. It may pop off and I may be wrong, but so far it has not popped off. Let me put my brush away here for a second until I get this brace on. I'm going to use super glue this time just because I don't want it to come off again, because it is supporting the whole rear end and the engine as well as the I'm just going to take the piece and I'm going to go over to here. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to kind of touch it to it and make sure it gets into the right position. And then I'm going to move it and let some air get to it. because super glue works better when it does glue on both sides. So I see that there's a connection there that I have to have. So we got to do that. And that connection is there. Okay, got it. Alright, now, if I'm lucky, that super glue will hold really well. In a couple of seconds here, we'll be able to go ahead and put the rear end back together. So I'm going to go ahead and slip the tires back on here. And I'm going to set this down here and let it just kind of rest on the... Yeah, oh, that was nice. Okay, good. Okay. Still moving. We don't want it to move. So, that should do it though. Alright, so in order to make this not move, I'm going to put it on a couple of skids. So that I can still work with it. How about that? Maybe that won't work. I don't know. I may have just caused myself flack. Nope, I got it. Okay, cool. Yep, I was just trying to get just on the edge there. It should work fine. Shouldn't go anywhere. Okay, cool. Alright, so I'm going to let that sit for a minute. What are we doing? Oh, it's getting there. Okay, I'm not going to need those in a couple of seconds. So I'll just sit here and hold it for a couple of seconds. I usually use cinder blocks to brace stuff on. That's what these are from. They came out of one of the kits we built. I think it was the 27 police car we're actually working on rebuilding here. Okay, let's see. Okay, that feels pretty good, guys. I think I should be able to set it right down without a problem. Yeah, there we go. Alright. I just popped the wheels out of the socket, so I'm just going to pop them back in. That's all it's going to be. And I'm going to take my needle nose here, and just to make sure they go down tight, I'm going to make sure that they pop into place with my needle nose. There we go. Just to get them down in there. Make sure, there you go, now it popped into place. Alright, that's one. Alright, so I'm just going to pop the other side into place now. And I should be able just to pop it in. Also, the armor roll is going to help as like a lubricant to get these in as well. So, I did that. Not for that reason, but for the shine reason. Okay. Alright, now, the way this goes in here is like so. And believe it or not, I think I'm supposed to support, so to speak, the rear end like so. And the only thing that's really holding this rear end on there is, I'll show you here, these two little, see these two little half moon shapes, one on each side on the back braces, and they connect just to the pipe here that goes across the drive shaft, or the drive axle. It's like there's nothing really other than the little piece where the motor connects into there. So this time around, because I realize now that it's not going to be a very well done hold and a good grab, I'm going to go ahead and use super glue on it. So I'm going to put a drop of super glue here, right there where the engine's going to go, and then I'm going to come over here. I don't want it to move around on the chassis anymore. So I'm going to drop a little bit of super glue there. And I'm going to hold the wheels over there for a second, get it in there, hold them over there for a second, because that makes it center. It's got a little slide bracket on it that makes it center. So, and that's almost, I was going to say it's almost solid already, but I can't do that yet. Okay, so let's hold on to it like that for a minute. Maybe I can use a cinder block to brace that this time. Let's do something else. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Be straight. I want it straight because it's going to be super glued. Alright, that should do it actually. Yeah, I think we're going to be just fine. Yeah, I think that's going to be just fine. Alright, and it is level, and it is even, and it's not sitting at an angle, and we're happy camper. Give that a couple seconds to dry, and we'll drop a couple of drops of glue on the edges, and we'll go from there. Alright, that looks like the tire's not quite far enough down. Okay, there we go. Okay, now, while we're letting that sit up and kind of just sit there for a minute, and this setup is going to sit there for a minute, I am going to go ahead and make sure that everything is cleaned here with my water brush, which was this one. So I'm just going to use a little bit of my soapy water, and I'm just going to go along and dab all the little parts and make sure there's no dust on them and stuff like that. And then I'll come over with my little napkins and I'll just kind of like dry them out. And then I'll set them off to the side knowing that one's done. So I was just really reaching for this build when I ended up getting a shock in my arm, but I have a nerve damage in my neck and my arms sometimes move on their own, or how should I say, the muscles kind of shock or send a signal to my brain, and my brain makes my arm jump. I don't know what else to say. And my arm went straight up, right up underneath the, right up underneath the shelf of the 27 police car, right up underneath it, and I just kind of watched it fly through the air. And as I reached for it, I realized that I missed it by about 6 inches, and it went smash. And I mean, parts went everywhere. I mean, guys, parts went everywhere. Look at that. That's all that's left of the parts. The whole chassis split apart. So, needless to say, I almost went into tears. So now we are rebuilding both of these, because when the 27 fell and the shelf fell, something clipped the flame out here that we're working on. So I'm rebuilding it first because not as many parts came off of it. So this is kind of just a small, really quick video, and I showed my guys at Facebook, on Facebook and everything on it, and I figured I'd make a little quick video here before I throw it out before I go to bed tonight, that I'm rebuilding it, and this is what's going on with it at the moment. Behind the scenes of the show, tomorrow morning 10 a.m. our show will be back in order. I have been on the land for the few days, and other personal things that happened, so I wasn't able to do shows like I was hoping for, but now I'm back on the seat again, back on the hot seat, as I say. 10 a.m. tomorrow morning Eastern Standard Time, right here on our, well, I'm sorry, rather on our Facebook channel. Come check it out if you like models and you like building and you like chatting about models and you like making new friends and having some fun. Come check it out. We usually do have a pretty good fun. We razz each other and we poke and prod each other, but we're all family and we all love each other. So we're a good fun group to be around. Ooh, that went down the side, didn't it? Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, cool. All right, I see right where this one's gonna go, so I'm gonna do that and drop it right around there. One drop on each. I'm gonna give it a second. I am going to use my toothpick to kind of get the bubble off the bottom, because I don't want the super glue bubble on the bottom of the, because it kind of rolled off, but I just wanted a dab, so I just want to get the super glue bubble off. Get that bubble off of that. Throw this right in the garbage so it doesn't stick to me or anything else. And do it one more time, and then we should be about ready to get softened up enough or hardened up enough for me to be able to use it, tacked up enough for me to be able to put it where I need to. Now this is where it's going to get interesting, because I have to make it literally brace from the bottom to the top piece. All right, one more drop on this, just kind of rub it just a bit on there. Let's see, how are we going to do that? We're going to put this onto there, we're going to put this into here, I'm going to drop it in a place like that, and now I need to brace it up like so until that sets in, but I want to make sure it's level, which it's not at the moment. Why is it not level? Right in the place where it goes. Oh, that's not staying on. Oh, okay, so I got to repair that too. Okay, we can do that, right, guys? We can do that. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh my goodness, guys! There goes the muscle jumps and shakes again, man. All right, let's get this thing back on there real quick before that super glue dries too much and I can't. All right, I'm gonna hold this in a position here for a minute. When I set it down, hopefully it'll be level. Set it down, make it level. Come on. See, that's another problem, guys. Making sure these heavy, again, this is heavy as heck on these wheels back here. So you guys want to make sure that you definitely make sure that you put some oomph into somehow making it to where it stays where it's supposed to stay. I gotta check the engine lineup. There we go. See, it already fell off on one side. See it? They fell off. So this is gonna be a problem, guys. I'm sure of it now. Because I have the tanker on. Maybe I should pop the tank off. Can I do that? No, I can't do that without messing up the chassis, because it's part of the chassis. Okay, so remembering this build wasn't easy to get this in the first time. I do believe what I did was get it in there, get it on there, get it balanced somehow. Maybe I can use the skids. I didn't have the skids when I built this, but maybe the skids will help me with this one. Maybe I can balance it. It's awful heavy in the back there. That's what I'm worried about. It's awful heavy in the back. Maybe I can balance it like that. Alright. Well, this isn't exactly what I had in mind there, guys, but it seems to be working, but it does look like it is leaning a bit. Whoa! Alright, so this is becoming annoying. Is it actually? Oh, it's there. That's there. Okay. Now, if I can get it to stay where I want it, I'd have to brace it here. Right? Just get it up just enough to get the tires up. How about that? What do you think? Nope, didn't work. So that's not high enough. And that's going to go just like that. That's what's doing it right there. Okay, got it. I know what's going on now. Alright, so in order to fix that, I'm going to have to raise this up more. Just from the bottom of this and the bottom of this. Put another rack in. And we should actually have what we want. Pretty much. I'm going to have to support the bottom of this so that that engine sits a little straighter. But that's okay. That's what we got. Cinder blocks and skids for it. Alright, and then I'll let this sit in place for a little while, guys. And I'll come back tomorrow and I'll do more. There we go. And I'll make sure that's straight too as well. Don't want no crooked fire truck going down the road. Alright, we're still on both of the arms. We're still fully on the arms. We're not resting on any of the other stuff. We are straight. As straight as I'm going to get. And let it sit now. The engine is straight. The axles are straight. The axle straight across, right? Let's see. Axle straight across. Axle appears to be straight across. Okay. Give that a few minutes to dry. Well, anyways, guys, you see what I'm going through here. It's not easy to rebuild something after you've already built it because it's just, you've already used glue on some of the parts, and some of the parts aren't going to depreciate that you're putting glue back on them. That's why I use super glue, by the way, just so you know, because I knew that if I used the super glue, I would get a little bit more of a grab out of it when I really needed it to stay firm. Yeah, that's coming along. Yeah, okay, I'll leave that alone for a second. Then we'll go ahead and put it back down on the ground flat, and I'll put the pipes on. We're gonna set the ladders on it, and we should be good to go. So I'm gonna take a break here, and guys, watch the next video for the rest of the rebuild. I don't edit it in my videos. You get to see the oops, you get to see my dropping music, you get to see the troubles that I have getting things to go together. I don't edit my builds out of all this stuff because that's not real building. It is, but it isn't, if you know what I mean. If you don't get to see the full live build, or every little detail that you had to go through to make that part fit or make that part adhere to where it was supposed to go, you're just looking at somebody building a model and taking pictures of it as it goes along, basically. But I prefer to give it everybody what they want, which is oopses, ahs, and everything, the reality of the life of the plastic slinger. So I don't know if I'm going to put this video about. If I do, if you guys like it, let me know. Like, subscribe, share, follow, hit that button, and comment. Let me know what you think. I'm just being me. I'm 100%. As I go, you get to see it. When I go live, it's live, guys. I may put icons up on the thing. I may put GIFs and moving little pictures or slideshows or something on there, or another little picture or so. But I don't stop it, edit it, put something in there, stop it. I don't do that. I just carry the film on. When the recording is done, you guys get to see the whole thing from the time I turned it on to the time I turned it off. So if you like that and you want to see some more, come on back. That's all I can say. I'm Joe. Thanks for visiting Plastic Addictions Anonymous. I'm out of here.